Hi everybody, it's Sloan Rhodes here. I just want to say I'm back. I do appreciate the messages that many of you have left for me. I know Susan has emailed me a couple of times. Brooke left me a message yesterday on Instagram asking where I am, how I am, and so I just wanted to check in and say hello and let everyone know that I'm sorry I've been absent from YouTube. I have been seeing clients privately, but I just haven't been active on YouTube. You know, I do a lot of work, as you all know, with the ego, with the heart, understanding the way that we as humans tend to experience situations that feel either threatening or distressing. And as I've been doing this work, many things come up for myself. And so the reason I took a break really was to work through my own egoic issues and to change everything about my life, basically. I mean, it's one thing to understand your deeply spiritual nature when, as I was, basically cocooned in a beautiful location, quiet, you know, hermiting kind of energy. And so I basically shook everything up, and I'm living in a completely different place. I'm living downtown, very busy industrial area. So I've changed everything, and with that has come challenges for my own ego and how to work with my own ego, you know, more deeply, more compassionately, more lovingly. And as I do this work and I begin to create a greater sense of self-mastery around it, I can bring it out to you. But I didn't want to just not provide something that I felt would be useful and helpful to others. I didn't want to just make videos just for the sake of holding on to viewers, you know. I wanted to make something of substance, and so hopefully I can do that more and more for all of us. So I just want to say hello, and I will draw a card for today, for the week coming up, for the week of September 15th, 2019. I'm just going to draw one card, just do an oracle reading for the week, and I am going to be shaking things up, changing things quite a bit. I am seeing private clients. You can email me if you want to order a session or schedule a session, and I do the video readings as well. Those are still available on my website. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get one card for the week. And this table shakes quite a bit, so I'm going to try not to shake things up too much. I'll have to get my tripod out of storage. So general reading for the week of September 15th, 2019. I know Laura left a message on YouTube as well. I mean, many people have reached out to me. I'm sorry I can't remember all your names, but I wanted to say thank you, because it has been challenging for me, and it always feels good to me and to my ego to know that people are thinking of me. And as much as everyone thinks of me occasionally or wonders where I am or how I'm doing, I'm also thinking of all of you, always. And I will say that, if you do like these videos, I love it, if you could share it with others, if you feel like it would be helpful to others, and if you find that some of the messages resonate, it may resonate with others. But remember that when you share, it's not to convince others, it's just to present information, and whoever is meant to resonate with that message will get it, will receive the message in the way that they're meant to at the moment. So for the week, we have the card of Orphaned. I'm drawing from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid today. We have number 5, Orphaned. It's just sad card. But what I do love about this card is the number, the numerology, number 5. And we have here and now under the deck 32, another 5. So we have 2 5s. So we have great change. We're at that apex of change. And sometimes we feel like we have taken a leap and we haven't landed anywhere yet. We're kind of midair, or we're straddling the old and the new. In many ways, that is occurring. So that's okay. That how we can work with that. And everyone's experiencing some version of this. Now, some of you may, actually be feeling as though you are orphaned. Let's talk about the language. Actually, I'm going to talk about the language in a minute, but let's just talk about this idea of change. So, whenever we are experiencing great change, or we feel like we have one leg in, one leg out, or one foot in, one foot out, we're in two places at once. How we can work with that is to stay in the moment, because what tends to happen is the old doesn't feel as familiar, but we want it to, because it's what we used to resonate with. We don't quite resonate with it anymore, so we tend to want to go back to it, but we go back, but it doesn't quite fit anymore. And then when we look towards the future, we don't know, it feels unknown, we feel scared. So what you can do is just focus on the here and now, right? You can focus on what is present for you in this moment, right here and right now. Your breath, right now. My body's working well. I'm drawing in breath. I'm exhaling. As you've heard me say before, I'm very tactile. I like to touch things. That helps to bring me present, to feel the smoothness. These are little tricks to help bring you present, but they're effective because they stop that train of the mind, of the ego, of heading down a very dark road sometimes of fear and worry, because we don't know what the future holds, and we can't retrieve the past except in our mind, right? But all we really have is right now, and in the moment, usually everything is okay. It's just our mind tends to want to draw that attention to something that feels anxiety-provoking. So, as best you can during times of change. Again, we have number 5 with the orphan. We have 32 here and now. Again, be here and now, right here and now. And you might say, no, everything's not right now. I don't like where I am. Okay, I'm not saying that you have to like it, but you can certainly know that you are okay right now. For me, I've had, a great challenge being in a different space, very close to another person in terms of proximity, living next to somebody, and very different energy than myself. And, my own ego comes in and says, I don't like this, I need to get out of this, what have I done, right? But then, what I'm able to do, and I'm offering it as something that maybe, you also can begin to play with, if it resonates, is, okay, but right now, everything is okay. I'm safe. It's not always exactly what I want. I don't want someone who's loud or someone who's imposing upon me. But in the moment, I'm okay. In this moment, my thoughts might go into, oh, but that's bad, or this is going to happen again, or what have I done? But bring it back, but in the moment, I'm okay. Right here, right now. Knowing that I'm safe, that whatever occurs, I'm able to work with more peacefully, because I trust in myself, I trust in the universe, I trust that I'm manifesting situations and co-creating situations that are for my soul's growth, as opposed to feeling victimized by them. Why does this happen to me? What's wrong with my life? Everyone else has different, these seemingly easy lives. Whenever we compare, we know that we are in the ego, because the ego thrives in the black and white thinking and the comparison. So it looks like this week with the orphaned, some of you may actually be feeling as though you are abandoned, or there may be issues coming up around family, around parental care, or care from elders, or even just loved ones. You may feel that people are leaving you, and it may bring up feelings of abandonment, right? So go easy with yourself this week, and when you do feel, if you do feel that you are being abandoned, that your source of support is drying up, or you're reliving instances where you feel as though you were abandoned, or God abandoned you, or your family, or parental figures, they weren't there for you, and you find that you keep going back to that wound to pick at it. Take a breath, right? You bring yourself present to the here and now. Another trick, as you know, looking for me, looking at color. Look at that beautiful green leaf. There's so many variations of green in that leaf. The striations, the veining there is that lighter color as opposed to that dark. And as I get fascinated in the color and the texture of that, in this example, that leaf, I am shifting my attention away from anxiety, away from the ego, and I'm dropping into the heart, which is full of love and fascination and curiosity about the leaf. So it's a trick. It doesn't mean that your ego won't pop back in and go, yeah, who cares about the leaf? Look at your life. Your life is a mess, right? This is the ego. Say, okay, but right now, I'm fine. Right in this moment, the leaf and I are communing. And the more that you can do this, it begins to shift the patterning of the older way of continually staying in that high level of anxiety and self-judgment. So bring yourself present as best you can during this particular week. And as I am shifting and growing, as we all are, and my YouTube videos will reflect that. If you have, I know many people want me to do the love readings again and all of that, and I'm not saying I won't, but it's not resonating with me right now. But if you do have something you'd like me to address, you're welcome to email me. If you find the ego and heart videos helpful, then I may continue those, but I would like some feedback on that if anyone has any thoughts. Otherwise, I'll just be kind of free-flowing for a little bit as I find my own path. That's a little different than how I used to do things, just because I've grown and changed as well. So I thank you so much for all your support. I love you all very much, and I will see you either at your private appointment. I still have my videos up, my classes up on the Sloan Academy. That may be shifting too. I may decide to take those down to another website because Thinkific is a little bit expensive. They charge quite a bit, and it depends on what kind of content I want to offer. So I may be shifting that. But in the moment, the Sloan Academy is still up. And you're welcome to schedule an appointment with me by emailing me. I don't have my online scheduler up in the moment because I'm going kind of day by day. But I am doing the videos as well. So if you want a love reading and you're a client whom I've worked with before, I will still be doing love readings, but only for clients that I've worked with in the past. Otherwise, I'll be doing more spiritual guidance. So I hope that's clear. If not, don't worry, I'll be back, and I'll be making things more and more clear as we go along. So much love to you all.